All right. Hey, everybody. It's Captain Shane. I'm here at Minneapolis, St. Paul. I have never flown into this airport before. I was looking on our fleet tracker, and I saw an MD-11 sitting here that's been here for almost a month, and I figured I'd fly it back to the world port. It's only about 2 hours away, maybe less. So we got her all set up. The cockpit preparation's done. Let's spit. The departure procedure is a little bit different than I'm used to, so let's go over some of the pre-flight stuff real quick. All right. So this is Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. We are here at the infield cargo apron. We're going to be using runway 30 left. So we got a little bit of a taxi to do to get there. Weather right now, 360 at 7 knots, 10 station miles visibility. Temperature's kind of cool, 13 degrees, altimeter 3020. And we'll be using runway 30 left. For our flight plan, we've got 146,000 pounds of cargo on board. Fuel for tonight's going to be 44,000 pounds. Cost index 84. Cruising altitude will be flight level 350 all the way down to Louisville. No steps. Okay, for the departure briefing, this one's a little bit different than I'm used to. So let's bring up the departure, which is called the The Zimbro 7. So we're departing off of runway 30 left. So assign headings from 220 to 360. Cross a DME 7 from Minneapolis at 3,500. So what I want to do here is put Minneapolis. It's like a DME arc, kind of, or like it's weird. Okay, so let's do 115.3 on VOR 2. And how I'm going to fly this is I'm going to fly it 115 point, was it 2 or 3? Now I forget. 115.3. I'm going to put that here. Minneapolis. Okay. We're going to fly this like a DME arc. So I'm going to basically fly straight ahead until I'm 7 nautical miles out. And then we're going to initiate our left-hand turn to our next position. All right. And at 7 DME, we're going to make a, we need to be at or above 3,500 feet, which should be no issue, really. Okay? After that, we're going to be going direct to Jedit, and then transitioning out at ODI, which I guess is Nodine, and then all the way down to Louisville, where we're going to pick up the J Money arrival. Listen to that, J Money. Let me put that in there. We'll talk about J Money as we get closer in. Yeah, that's the flight plan. Cool. So now that we kind of talked about our departure briefing, let's go ahead and get ready for our before start pushback checklist. So status page is already on engine. APU is already on. Doors and windows. Let's close them up now. Let's make sure all these close up. I'll get it here if I miss anything. Oxide pump 1. APU power is coming on. APU power is on. External power is off. Parking brake set. Pull chocks. We're going to pull the chocks and the generator. Beacon light is coming on. APU bleed is on. Engine ignition is going to be A tonight. And let's call for push and start.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Okay, now I'm confused where the heck I'm at. I think we want to push here. And then kind of this way, I think. Let me take a look at where I'm at again on the ground. Yeah, we want to push that way because we're going to taxi out this way. That's right. Okay. So let's go and execute that.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay, great. Tow's coming. Wow, looks like we got a little bit of rain coming down here, but that's not going to affect anything. Okay, so I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be fun. Flying out of Minneapolis tonight, so just waiting on the tug.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Okay, you're clear to connect. Let's go. Alright, let's throw a little bit of additional cockpit lighting on in here. I don't like being in the dark.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Okay.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Alright, crew. That sounds like 3636. Sorry. 3636. Okay, let's start. Let's go. Engine start number 3. Button out, light on. Okay, we got N2's looking good. Oil pressure. Let's go fuel on. Okay, fuel flow and EGT. And the CTEF frequency here is 126.7. Okay, we've got a good start on engine number 1. Correction 3, let's start 1. Button out, light on. Minneapolis traffic UPS 2129 heavy. Push to start at the infield cargo ramp. Tail facing to the west. Okay, I got N2, I got oil pressure. Let's go fuel on. Okay. Fuel on, fuel, EGT. 45%, button in, light out. Starting number 2. Button out, light on. Okay, N2's looking good. Got oil pressure on the rise. Let's go fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. All right, good start on 2. At the start checklist, engine and wing anti-ice, not required.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake set. Okay, APU bleed.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
APU. Ground signal, waiting on that.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, we'll see you on the right. All right, I'm just gonna do a couple little housekeeping procedures here before we start, and we'll get through the checklist in a second. 5.4, good to go. All right, there's our tug, and where's this goofy little face at? There he is. There's our pin and our hand signal. Okay, after start checklist complete. Taxi checklist. Flaps and slats are flaps 15. Spoiler handle arm stab trim set 5.4 aircraft nose up. Takeoff data V1 is 130. Rotate 152. V2 159. And our climb out speed will be 169. Takeoff departure brief as discussed. We're going to fly out straight ahead until 7D and me from Minneapolis. We'll cross that at or above 3,500. Then we'll go direct to Jebro, I think it's called. Jebro? Let me see. Direct to Jedit. Okay. In the event of an engine failure during takeoff at or below V1, we'll stop on the runway, and if possible, we will exit and come back to this ramp. If we have an engine failure at or above V1, we're going to continue straight ahead, and we'll plan to come back on runway 30 right. 30 right. Okay, radar set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Transponder. Sorry, I flew a 757 the other day. TARA. Nose light is on. Status page on config. And taxi clearance. Minneapolis traffic UPS 2129 heavy. Taxi to runway 30 left via Tango Charlie Whiskey Cross runway 4 Minneapolis. Alright crew, let's go. Parking brake is released. Let's give her some power and let's get moving here. Okay, let's do some nose wheel steering checks. Left, check right. I'll check the rudder too while we're doing it. Check left and right. Brakes, checked. Okay, flight controls checked. Ailerons left, 3 green. Ailerons right, 3 green. Elevator up, 2 green. Elevator down, 2 green. And we've already checked the rudder. Flight controls are checked free and clear. Alright. So this should be our exit straight ahead. Yep. Okay, got the taxi chart open on my right side screen here. And as we come out of Tango, we're going to immediately cross runway 4 before we make our left turn on the Charlie. So we're just going to come straight out here, flying through. Clear left, clear right. I got a little head of steam here. Coming right, and here's taxiway Charlie. We're going to make a left onto that. Alright, get on the brakes a little bit. A little slower down. Remember, we make wide turns with the MD-11 because the nose wheel's so far behind the cockpit. Okay, now we're on taxiway Charlie. And then coming up here, we're going to have a right turn on to Whiskey. That should be before the runway. If we cross the runway, we missed a turn. Alright, we can start dabbling away at this taxi checklist here. Alright, there's Whiskey. That's a right turn right there. Status page to engine. Alright, right turn on Whiskey. Nice turn. I'm pretty good at driving this thing. Okay, EAD is checked, green box. Exterior lights, we're going to hold on that. We don't want to blind everybody. But what we can do is we can arm nav and profile right now. Actually, that's not what I wanted. I actually want to fly heading select after takeoff. I shouldn't have. There we go. So I got nav disarmed because I want to fly heading select after takeoff here. I see some sort of aircraft over there. Who is that? I don't know. He's not talking on CTAF, so no idea. Not a lot of ATC on right now, but we may get some as we get into Louisville. Okay, and up ahead we got a little bit of a dog lane coming up. You can see that there. We're gonna have to make that turn, and we're gonna come back around and get on the runway. Why that's there, I couldn't tell you. It's kind of weird. Why not just make the taxiway go straight? Oh, that's why. ILS. The ILS tower's right there. Okay. Kind of a bad taxiway design if you think about it. Why would you put the ILS antennas like where the taxiway should be? They could have done better than that. Alright, we'll take it all the way to Whiskey 1. We'll do full length. And there's a big old sign there so you don't run off the end. All right. Okay. Exterior lights. Set for takeoff. Radar switch. System 1. Hey, takeoff clearance. Minneapolis traffic, UPS 2129 heavy, departing runway 30 left, straight out. Departure. Minneapolis. All right. Taxi clearance, takeoff clearance is good. Alright, so we got radar on. We got Wixer on. Okay, let's go, crew. Clear on the right. Clear on the left. Runway heading is 301. Get her aligned. Alright. Bring the power up a little bit. Okay. Stabilized. Auto flight. Takeoff thrust. Thrust set. 80 knots. Clamp. B1. Rotate. Oh boy. Pause the rate. You're up. Okay. Let's climb thrust. Okay, there is our acceleration altitude, so let's pitch the nose down a little bit. Alright, speed checks, flaps retract. Speed checks, slats retract. Alright, I think we can go ahead and make that turn now. We're 4.3 DME away, but there's no reason why we can't just keep heading over to the next one. So we're gonna start our left-hand turn here. And let's go, let's see, direct to jet it. And I'm gonna arm nav. Okay, we're climbing. Let's get a little bit of, let's take some performance out of this thing. We're gonna go to cruise limit. I'm still flying by hand, no autopilot. There's 250 knots. Alright, 10,000 feet, I'm on the autopilot, take it. Pitching for 341. Okay, after takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up, lights out. Spoiler handle. Disarmed. Auto brakes. Off. Alright, flaps and slats are retracted. Flap takeoff selector, flaps 15. EAD is checked with no alerts. Exterior lights. Landing lights, taxi lights, runway turn-off lights are off. And weight down altimeters. Okay, climbing through 12,000. And then we should have no issues getting at or above 4,000 for jet it. Oh, the heck's that? Okay, there's 16.5. Alright, coming up on transition altitude. And let's go standard. And that is after takeoff checklist complete. Cool. Okay, 40 miles to top climb. Fuel's looking good. Nice. Looking good. Okay, climbing to flight level 205. Let's get some. I think it's time for some music. It's music time. Some lo-fi chilled beats for you. And then here's our position on VATSIM radar. You can see our taxi out, turn, and now we're on course. Okay, climbing through 260 for 350. far is this anyway? Okay. 490 nautical miles, so 0205. Okay, not too far. Okay, there's flight level 320, 3,000 to go. We'll put this guy over on Wixer. There we go. Thousand to go. We should be leveling off here in just a minute. There we go. There we go. Flight level 350. Alright, we'll go ahead and put the let's see here. Performance, thrust limits back to auto. There we go. And we're cruising. Alright, so we're at 350, cruising on our way back to Louisville. I think we can go over a couple things tonight. Tell you what, let's take a look at the old UPS fleet tracker, and I'll show you where I came up with my decision to fly tonight and what to fly. So when I'm in the mood to fly, I like to go over here to the aircraft hangar, and I go click on MD-11s, and I see what's out there. And typically I'll go I'll sort by location, or I'll sort by last operation. And in this case, I found this aircraft right here, which I'm currently flying, November 273 Uniform Papa, at Minneapolis, St. Paul, and it's been sitting there for 3 weeks. Somebody flew this thing out. In fact, we can see who the guilty party is. Jeremy Hunter, whoever this guy is, right? Flew it from Louisville to Minneapolis, almost broke the landing gear, and left it there. So that's fine. He has no requirement to bring it back, but I personally don't like sending aircraft from the world port out to dead-end locations like MSP and not bringing them back for them to be flown. So now I got to come in and do it. I just don't like marooning aircraft in places, if that makes any sense. So. Oh yeah, but that's what I do. I look to see what aircraft have not been utilized and if they've been sitting somewhere for a long time, and I bring them home. I like to relocate them to major hubs, like Ontario, Louisville, that kind of thing. Because there's a lot of connecting flights out of there that other people can use. But if you bring it to like Denver, it's a dead end, right? It ain't going anywhere. If you bring it to when you see that it's black here, that means this is a dead end flight. So whoever flew this aircraft into Boeing Field, the only way to leave in our route system is to fly it back out of Boeing Field back to Louisville. Okay. So if you're gonna leave an aircraft somewhere, don't leave it somewhere where it has nowhere else to go. Same thing with PDX here. PDX, there's no connecting flights in our route system. So if you fly this aircraft from Ontario or Louisville to PDX, there's not really anywhere to go but back to another hub. So that's kind of how I like to do stuff. Okay, and here we are on VATSIM radar. There is some sort of ATC at Louisville right now. It's clearance delivery and the ATIS. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to tune the ATIS in on VHF2 so we can get it when we get closer. 118725. So we'll go over here to VHF2. We'll put the mic on 1, but we'll listen on 2. And we're going to go 118725. And as we get closer to being in range, we'll start hearing that in our headset. Alright, just cruising here now. Not a lot of people online tonight, not a lot of ATC, not a lot of viewers, and that's okay. This is kind of a weird night to be flying, I guess. Thursday night, everybody's busy for the work week, but this is the time that I've got available. Tomorrow night I got a soccer game to ref, so I figured I'd fly. I was gonna fly either way. Might as well be on YouTube and share it for whoever wants to watch, right? Okay, top of descent is going to be in 249 miles at 142. So we're looking at about 30 minutes till top of descent. So I'd say about 10 minutes prior to top of descent, we'll go ahead and go over our arrival stuff, the arrival briefing, look at the charts, take landing data, all that stuff. Is this Madison, Wisconsin over here? Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to actually get kind of close to Chicago on the way back in. So, as we get out to about here, we'll see if we can see Chicago from the aircraft. I'd say about 15 minutes from now. 10, 15 minutes. So who's out there anyway? I see there's people concurrently watching. I'm just curious who you are. If you're in the chat, say something. Let's have a conversation because I got to kill some time here before we get to where we're going. Let me know what you're doing. If you got any MD-11 questions, I'd love to answer them. I'll sit in the left seat for a little bit. Is that a constellation? What am I looking at over there? What is that? I think that's a constellation. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Wow. Huh. That's pretty cool. What if there's any other constellations you can see out there? Let me look. I'm sure there's other ones, but this is the one that really stands out right now. Stars here. That's pretty cool. Alright, how we doing here? Okay, 165 miles to top of descent. 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Tell you what. Let's have a little fun here. I'm gonna put the hydraulic system in manual here, and let's start the... Let's turn off some stuff and see what happens here. Let's tell you what. Let's depressurize the #1 system. Hydraulic. Okay, so there you go. Hydraulic system 1's coming off. Hydraulic system may be used for approach and landing. Okay. And the reason that is because there's still hydraulic fluid in the system, right? So a lot of times when you lose your hydraulic system, it's because of a leak, and you end up depleting your hydraulic system quantity. But the system is smart enough to understand that, okay, I've lost, you shut off your hydraulic system manually, but you still have a substantial amount of hydraulic quantity left in the system, so if you want to turn it back on for your approach and landing, you can do that. So, that's cool. Let's see what happens when we turn off 2 hydraulic systems. We may lose the autopilot here, let me see. Oh yeah, here, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. Okay, the system's coming back on. I knew that was gonna happen. We shut off too many hydraulic systems here. So yeah, so what happened there was I shut off hydraulic systems 1 and 2, and the hydraulic system logic determined that we've lost too many hydraulic components in the system for the autopilot to work correctly. Servos, the rudder, maybe the pitch trim was affected, so it killed the autopilot. So I kind of figured that would happen. You can only turn off so many hydraulic systems before you start getting yourself in trouble with the computer. But we're just having fun, right? Let's see what happens when we turn off hydraulic system 3. Okay, so let's say we shut off hydraulic system 3 here, right? Now, we get another notice here that says AP pitch trim in op, AP1. So we can gather from this then that the hydraulic system 3 controls autopilot 1's pitch trim system. So it says if you want to continue having autopilot pitch trim functionality, you switch over to autopilot 2, which I just did. And it also again says that hydraulic system may be used for approach and landing because we have plenty of quantity here. Now let's say we lost both engine-driven pumps, right? And we still want to pressurize hydraulic system 3. Let's say it was because the engine failed. Engine 3 is shut off. If the engine shut off, it's not going to be turning fast enough to turn the pumps, so you're going to use the hydraulic pressure. So what you do here, and in most situations when we're not in manual mode, right? If we're not in manual, this would be automatic. But what we could do is we can use this thing called a reversible motor pump. And basically this is a mechanical connection between systems 1 and 3. There's no fluid transfer here. It's just the hydraulic system pressure from system 1 is going to turn a pump on one side, which is going to act like a motor, and it's going to turn the other side and make it a pump. So watch what happens when we turn on RMP number 1 to 3. And what's going to happen now, if you notice, is the system 1 is now pressurizing system 3 because we lost our engine-driven source. And you notice now that our a warning about autopilot is gone away because the system is repressurized. But again, that's not necessary to do any of this because in automatic mode, this is done for you. So there we go. Hydraulic systems are back on. You'll notice here now on this synoptic that you have 2 engine-driven pumps running, right? You have one that's always on, and you have one that's automatically sequenced by the hydraulic system controller. And in this case, you see that it went back to A, which means it's on automatic mode. All right, what do we got here? Top of descent, now at 143, 100 miles out. Okay, I think it's close enough. Let's start going over our descent approach checklist stuff. Okay, let's talk about landing data. So, looks like we're going to be landing weight of 422, which is actually not bad at all. It's a bit lighter than we normally come in. I am planning on runway 17 left because our parking is on ramp 6 again. Let me see here. Do we have anything in Louisville yet? Nope. That's why we're not getting any ATIS, because it's gone. Oh well, we're going to be going in there dark. Yeah. So anyway, I'm planning on 17 left. Give you a little bit of a look at the runways here at Louisville, if you're not familiar. Our parking is on ramp 6, so I want to land on 17 left, which is the shorter of the runways. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, we're going to land on 17 left because we're parking here. This is the shorter runway, but our landing weight is actually pretty good, so we're going to keep flaps 35 for this tonight. Plan on a full-length rollout. We'll exit at Delta 1 and just make a quick little jaunt over to ramp 6. So, we understand that, so our landing data is good. So, approach briefing. Let's start going over that. We're on the J Money 1 arrival. So we're going to pick that up here and fly that all the way down. We've got a bunch of crossing restrictions. Supper, G'day, Lisa, Arctic, Meanie, Derby, Boyd. And I want to get onto Lexi at 6,000 feet, 210 knots. And that's basically the initial approach fix for runway 17 left, okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at make sure these crossing restrictions are in the FMC. Alright, so let's take a look here. Yep, we got all of our crossing restrictions in there. It leaves at 280. Arctic, Meanie, Lexi, 6,210 knots. So all that's in there good. Okay, now let's go over the approach briefing. Approach briefing, we're going to be using a runway... Uh-oh. What's the ATIS here? Oh, man. They switched the runways over to the 3.5s. Well, shoot. That's going to change everything. All right. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and plan for that now. Good thing we checked the weather, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back up to Sybil. We're going to go... Oh, rather... Okay, let me take that back. Let's go click on 17 left. We're going to go star. We're going to go select ILS 17 right. Correction. ILS 35 right. Pegasus. And we're going to reinsert. And now we have a whole different flight plan here. So let's go over to plan. And let's go back to our present position. Sybil. Alright, there we go. Gotcha. Okay, and then we're going to fly down this way. This makes more sense to me now. Okay. So let's recalculate for this, since we're no longer landing on the runway that we thought.
Minneapolis traffic, Delta 1459, 10 mile final, 3.
Oh, shoot. I don't think I should have been listening to that. Sorry, I should have been on Unicom this whole time. Anyway, let's go ahead and recalculate. So now we're going to take this little jaunt, and we're going to go ahead and refactor in for 3.5 right. And you'll notice that it changes our crossing restrictions. When we get down to Lewes, we're going to take radar vectors or our manual vectors over to Louisville. Okay. And then the approach we're going to use is the ILS 3.5 right from Pegasus. So we're going to add that to the route. You'll see it's right there. And the 3.5 right is here. So after Lewes, we're going to fly down here and get radar vectors over to Pegasus and fly that in the rest of the way. We need to be at Pegasus at 4,000 feet. The runway visual range for the ILS is going to be 1/2 mile. The decision height is 679. And the minimum descent altitude is 3,600 feet from IIU VOR. So, in the event of a missed approach, we're going to climb to 2,500, then a climbing left turn to 4,000 on heading 350 and outbound the Louisville VOR radio 332 to the Hills intersection, which is about 28.3 DME from IAU, and hold. Hopefully we won't need to do that. Okay, so then we got the 124.2. Alright, so let's get that in the radio here. That's going to be 124.2. That's going to be the CTAF for Louisville. Approach briefing is complete. Radar, we'll start tilting it down now since there's no weather in front of us, so we can see what's coming. Windshield anti-ice is not required. There's no precipitation. Decision height is going to be 679 baro, so let's set that now. Seatbelt signs are on, and then we're ready for descent. So we just need to get to our top of climb, or top of descent, which is in 42 nautical miles, about 5 minutes. All right, we're ready for descent when we get there. Oh. What is this? Auto ATC? Oh, I heard about this. Okay, this is something that I haven't actually encountered yet. Auto ATC. Indie Center advises to send me the J-Money 1 arrival, the Louisville altimeter 3007. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'll go ahead and put that in the standby right now so I don't forget. 3007. Okay, and the turn coming up here. So this switch over to the 3.5s is kind of inconvenient for me because it's going to add a little bit of time to our flight because now we got to kind of fly around and come back. But I think on this, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to stay higher longer so that we don't need to descend so early and putz along at a low airspeed. Now that's in violation of the standard arrival, right? But there's not a lot of traffic out tonight. There's no ATC, so why not make it a little bit easier for ourselves, right? So let's do that. We're gonna go ahead and stay up a little bit higher up, and we're gonna go ahead and kind of delay the descent for a few extra minutes, so we can try to, you know, stay faster, so we can get to Louisville quicker. Alright, so our top of descent is basically now. There's our vertical alert. You can see that on the FMA. But I'm going to go ahead and stay up here a couple extra minutes. Just so we can, you know, take advantage of this high altitude cruising speed before we head down. Not like I'm going to get anybody mad at me for doing it, right? Ah, dang it. Guys, we just got busted. I better start down now. ATC just came online. He's gonna wonder why we're staying up so high. So, let's get started down here, and we'll contact Indy Center. Dang it. Okay, 128225. Alright, I'm turning the music off. I'm gonna have to talk now.
Hey, good afternoon, United. 2156, 51360.
United 2156, Minneapolis and I, hello.
Indy Center, good evening. UPS 2129 Heavy with you. Descending through flight level 330 via the J Money 1 arrival.
UPS 2129, Indianapolis Center, hello. Descend via the J Money 1 arrival. What runway are you set up for?
I think you're on the 35s right now. Last I checked the ATIS, so we'd like 35 right.
UPS 2129, UPS 2129, expect runway 35 right. Descend via the arrival.
Okay, expect 35 right, descend via arrival UPS 2129 Heavy. Okay, I guess we gotta play nice now. That's fine. You know, honestly, I shouldn't complain. It's nice to have ATC on, right? Alright, so, here's the deal. We are way off the J Money arrival. Like, we should be at or below 24,000 right now, but we're not. I don't really care, because I was just going to try to buy some time and speed up the descent. So we'll let the FMC figure itself out. Right now it's not even an idle, so I don't really care. We'll let it do what it does, and you know, if we need to expedite down, we'll do so. Alright, I'm gonna help this thing out. I'm gonna put a little speed brake in. There, it's already telling me add drag. So we need to get down to 280 knots, and it's pitching up to slow us down. But I need to add some speed brake to expedite that, because we should be at 15,000 feet, and we're at 24,000 feet, so... Oh, okay. Remove. Okay, now we're really gonna start descending. Hold on tight. So we got the speed brakes out, speed's coming down, and the autopilot should be increasing the rate of descent to keep the speed up. Alright, remove drag. Okay, I guess it doesn't want it in there anymore.
Guy 2156, cross Grote at flight level 220.
Fire across Grote at flight level 220, United 2156.
Okay, we're still super high per the arrival, but again, I don't care because just trying to, you know, we're flying a lot faster up here than we would if we were down where we were supposed to be. Add drag. Okay, speed brakes extend. Okay, I'm gonna add a little more drag. Okay, drag is out. Speed brakes retract. Alright, transition altitude's coming up. Let's go ahead and do that now. The altimeter is 3007. 3007. Okay, 3007 set. Okay, add drag, speed brakes extend. We should actually be able to see the airport pretty soon. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of over here, right? We should see it. I mean, it's 30 miles away. Keep looking over here, guys. You'll see it come into view here in a minute. Add drag. Okay. Well, okay, where is Louisville at? I don't even see it. That's a little concerning. We should be seeing it by now. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was getting a little concerned for a minute. I'm going to add a little bit more speed brake in here because we need to get down to about 245 knots here shortly. Okay, 1,000 to go. Take a little speed brake out. Let's go ahead and turn on all the exterior lights now. So, descent approach checklist complete. Alright, tell you what, we're gonna go slats extend. Okay, speed brake retract. And we can go ahead and start down. That's close enough. Alright, under 10,000 feet. Gonna head down to 6,000 feet to lose, but I think we did a good job staying higher here because we actually ate a lot of distance getting in closer. So we're gonna be landing on the opposite side of this, the runway 35 right's over here. Speed brake is retracted. Oh, nope. That alone.
UPS 2129 heavy, descend to maintain 3,000.
Get down to 3,000, UPS 2129. Alright, crew, clear down to 3,000. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go down to 3. We're going to do vertical speed down to about 20. Let's go 2,000 feet a minute. Add a little bit of speed brake in. Well, no, I'd rather do flaps 15. Flaps 15. Because that adds a lot of drag here. Yeah, baby. Point her down. Point her down. Go ahead and arm the spoilers now. Let's go auto brakes. Max. Okay, we're gonna fly heading select here because he didn't really give us any vectors. So, that's fine. Hey, ILS and glide slope, or correction, localizer and glide slope are alive.
UPS 2129, heavy fighting 180.
Fly heading 180, UPS 2129, heavy. Hey, coming right, 180. And then we'll keep the speed at about 200 for now.
UPS 2129, heavy, turn left, heading 020, intercept the one, or correction, turn left heading 020, intercept the 35 right localizer.
Okay, left heading 020, intercept the localizer for 35 right, UPS 2129 heavy. Alright crew, let's arm,
American
approach the land.
2779, Memphis Center is offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Okay, he's giving us a radar vector to intercept the localizer.
Freenet 2156.
It wasn't, but United 2156, Memphis is offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved, United 2156, you have a call.
Here's the airport. Alright, let's put this guy on terrain. There we go. Train radar is on here. Okay, localizer capture. Alright, let's go FMS speed.
Southwest 3176, are you?
And let's go flaps 28.
2500.
Flaps 28, there we go.
Southwest 3176, runway 28 left, taxi at Delta 1 Charlie.
Let's keep the
UPS
speed at
2129, airport 12 o'clock, 15 miles.
airport site.
UPS 2129, clear visual approach, runway 35 right, runway 35 right, clear to land, the wind calm.
Hey, clear for the visual and clear to land 35 right, UPS 2129 heavy. Alright crew, let's get the gear down. Flaps 35.
Landing.
Okay, landing gear's down. Well actually, let's wait on that.
Landing gear.
Don't mind this.
Landing gear.
FMS speed.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay, landing gear's down, 4 green, spoiler handles arm, auto brakes max. Flaps and slats 35 set. Altimeters cross check 3007. EAD check green box. Landing clearance obtained. We are clear to land.
Stabilizer motion.
Before landing checklist complete. Alright, we're a little bit nose high here. A little more than I prefer. But we're about to hit the glide slope here. Alright, I'm gonna take the auto throttles off. My aircraft.
Autopilot. 2500.
Okay, my aircraft, I'm flying her. Wind calm.
Southwest 3176, flight runway heading, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
A little slow, correcting. Ooh, ooh. Wind shear, a little bit of wind shear there. Okay, I got it. Correcting. Picked up a little bit of a 5-knot tailwind there. Looking good, look good on profile. Glide slope, localized, look good.
1,000.
Okay, a little slow again, correcting. A little bit low on the glide slope, correcting. Okay, a little slow, a little low, correcting.
500. 400.
Southwest 3176, radar contact, say altitude. Southwest 3176, turn left direct to
Landing.
Osby and climb and maintain 13,000.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Southwest 3176, affirmative 13,000, direct to Osby.
Nose down, max reverse. Manual brakes. Versus normal. All right. I definitely felt that deceleration with the max auto brakes.
UPS 2129, turn left onto Delta, cross runway 29 depart.
Okay, left on Delta and cross 29 to parking. Will be at ramp 6, UPS 2129 heavy. All right, guys, that was pretty good. Curious what that landing rate was. Let's take a look. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. 98 feet per minute. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, after landing checklist, spoiler handle
Station 71 Romeo Whiskey at 430.
is
Station 71
Retract.
Romeo Whiskey, Indianapolis Center, good evening.
disarmed.
Good evening.
Flaps and slats are up.
Southwest
Auto
3176,
brakes.
climb and maintain for level 360.
Off. Radar switch. Off. Landing lights are off. Runway turn-off lights are off. Nose light we're going to leave on. Wing and runway turn-off lights are off. High-intensity lights off. Engine and wing anti-ice is not on. APU. Starting. Staff trim. We need to set that to 3 degrees. Aircraft nose down. Let's do that now. There we go. After land checklist complete. 98 feet per minute. Awesome. Hey, clear left, clear right. Okay, slowing her down. Got a turn coming up. Coming right. Coming left. Alright, we'll keep a lookout for a marshaller. Sometimes I get one, sometimes I don't. Alright, there we go. Okay, parking brake. Okay, parking checklist. Transponder. Off. Fuel switches. 3, 2, and 1. Wing and engine anti-ice is off. Windshield anti-ice is off. Windshield defog off. Emergency power switch off. IRS is off. Nose landing light is off. Beacon light is off. Wheel chocks. Okay, parking brake is released.
Flex 1273 Indy Center,
Center
hello.
power is on. APU power is off. APU is off. And parking checklist complete. Alright guys, we landed. We're here. 98 feet per minute. Touchdown. Beautiful. And we're back to, brought another MD-11 back to the worldport. That's my favorite thing to do. I fly them so somebody else can. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are coming in late, you can always go back and
3176, clear
watch
to
it again.
Spartanburg, Sierra
Good
Papa
landing.
Alpha, and a
Get you on the next
mid-altitude,
one.
maintain flight level 350.
Maintain level 350, direct Sierra Papa Alpha, VOR, Southwest 3176. That's going to be our final